Today, ASUS announced the new Zenbook Pro Duo, which has a 15.6-inch display, main display, and a 14-inch ScreenPad Plus, which is the main selling point of this product. And also, we have a 14-inch variant right here, with a 14-inch screen and also 12.6-inch ScreenPad Plus. So let's just come back to the 15.6 one. This is the Zenbook Pro Duo, and as you see, there's a beautiful panel right here. It's a 4K OLED HDR panel. And down here, we also have a 4K IPS panel for ScreenPad Plus. So we'll go through some quick functions right here. Here is the ScreenPad Plus launcher, where you can store some apps down here. If you press them, they'll open on ScreenPad Plus. Very intuitive. You can also go through some quick functions, toggle the brightness right here, and some other functions. For the keyboard, it's a backlit keyboard, of course, with 1.4mm travel. Here we got the new number pad. So the number pad comes, after you press for 1 second, the number pad will show up, and you have 2 levels of brightness adjustments in this version. So you can very intuitively input numbers and while still using the touchpad functions at the same time. And also down here, we have an Alexa light bar, which will light up every time you call Alexa and ask for its help. And it will light up to indicate it's listening. So on the bottom here, we have the cooling system with 2 fans and 5 heat pipes shared with the CPU and GPU. And as for the specs, you can check here. It's an Intel 9th generation Core i9 processor. We have here, just so we're clear. And we also have the new RTX 2060 graphics card with ray tracing. We support up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. And also, both panels support stylus, which will come bundled into the 15-inch version. The 15-inch version also bundles with a palm rest, which is right here. You can very simply dock it right here. You'll have a better typing experience with both the palm rest and the ergo lift design you can see right here. It's about a 7-degree tilt, which gives you better typing experience and also better thermal performance. So here we have the 14-inch version. The 14-inch version comes with a 14-inch IPS display. It's not a touchscreen, but the ScreenPad Plus, of course, is a touchscreen with both full HD resolution. So I think we could go through some scenarios, using scenarios right here. For example, here's a function called Task Group. With Task Group function, you can easily personalize your app groups. For example, I just personalized my first group as Microsoft Edge, Windows Calendar, and also Maps. It's supposed to be Maps. Okay. Let's say we go to Agoda for searching for hotels. What we see here is a very vivid display with great information right here if you're looking for hotels. And at the same time, you can look for maps to check where you are, to see what's around you, and plan for your trip. And also, you can even do your scheduling very seamlessly with your calendar, all at the same time. If you wish to see more content on the main display, you can simply use our built-in functions, ViewMax here. So every time you drag a window, 3 functions will come up. The first one is the app switcher. It just moves the content to ScreenPad Plus. You can very easily pull it back up, so you don't have to do the dragging every time. The second one is a pin function. So if you add the apps into the launcher, you'll see that Microsoft Edge is right here. And every time you want to open it on ScreenPad Plus, you have a shortcut access. Let's just move it up again. And as I said, if you want to see more content, you can use the ViewMax function, which maximizes the window by 50%. and you'll have more seamless viewing experience, and also you can see some information, for example, pricing. You can compare the two information on top and the bottom panel all at the same time. There you go. And if you're a content creator, we can go through the second scenario, which is a content creating scenario. What we did is we personalized Corel Draw, a content creating app on the top display, and also Spotify for some music. Or even you can use some more like file management down here on the other part of ScreenPad Plus. So what you can do is you can actually, let's say, add a new document. Okay. And let's do some file managing here. We could very easily drag the materials we like on the second panel, right here. So when we pull the material up to the first panel, you can see it very clearly and seamlessly. You can do all the content creating on the first panel. For the second panel, you can always check your files, materials, or even some other stuff. For example, you could actually drag the UI up here and make use of the in-app toolbars on the second panel. So what you do is you can very seamlessly use the both space. In this one, you can just easily touch the UI and start content creation on the main screen. So now let's talk about some differences between the 15-inch and the 14-inch model. The first one is the number pad. So as the 15-inch one comes with a number pad, the 14-inch one does not come with a number pad, but we do have a number key right here. This is a built-in app. So you can still very seamlessly type in numbers on the second display. We're working on the first display. Let's say we want to use PowerPoint right now. Oops, sorry, it's not a touch screen. Okay. So you can easily type in numbers, and also there's our built-in handwriting function, which allows handwriting contents onto the main display. Say we want to writing hello. There we have it, tap it, and it's on the main screen. So that pretty much wraps it up, but also the 14-inch one does not come with an Alexa light bar, but it does comes with Alexa function. So you can still use the Alexa and Cortana function with the 14-inch model. And for the thermals, the 14-inch one comes with 2 heat pipes and 2 fans. And also the Ergo Lift tilts with 5.5 degree tilts would help manage the thermals and even some voice output for better experience. So for the design here, we used the first ever celestial blue color, which is a greenish blue with reflection, and of course our trademark spun metal, but this one off-centered. For the size, we have a large-scale diamond cut, which brings mirror-like reflection and reflects due to the environment you're in. So for example, you're in a darker room, it reflects the darker environments. If you're in a brighter one, the golden one, it reflects to your environment, very personalized. And also to walk through the ports here, there's a USB Type-A, Gen 2, and also headphone jack, and Thunderbolt 3 USB port. On the other side, right here we got a DC-in jack, also HDMI 2.0, and another Type-A Gen 2 USB port. And you can see right here it helps the thermal performance with more airflow from both the button and the 2 sides of the machine. And to very briefly talk through the 14-inch model. There's also a USB Type-A, an SD card, micro SD card port, a headphone jack, and on the other side we have, of course, the DC-in, HDMI, USB Type-A, and another USB Type-C. So these are the two. This is the 15-inch Zenbook Pro Duo with the 14-inch variant Zenbook Duo. The 15-inch model will be earlier in the market. We're estimating July for the first shipping, and the 14-inch model also in Q3.